What's up, guys? It's your boy Rowdy here, and I'm not gonna make a super long video. There's 9 million videos out here talking about this. IDK player made a great video. His is probably the best on NASCAR 21 right now out there. So if you want to go check that video out, I definitely would. He has about the best answers and everything to this game. Um, the game he it's not looking that hot right off the rip. And I said it in my Roval video that I think this game's gonna come out with a lot of bugs and it's gonna be busted. And so I'm gonna talk about some stuff that a lot of guys haven't talked about, and it happens a lot in other gaming communities, and I don't know why there's not one for racing, motorsport, esport, whatever you want to call it. Um, and it's betas. Like for people who pre-order the game, such as Call of Duty has a beta every year. Sometimes they even have an alpha. I know Modern Warfare had an alpha, Cold War had an alpha, and then the new Vanguard has an alpha. Had an alpha this year. Um, Battlefield had a beta. Halo had a beta. Like all these games have betas for people. They send them. They let you get it early. You get an early copy of the game, and you find all the bugs and you point them out. They even put at the bottom of Vanguard, uh, the beta. If you have any issues, please tweet out the issue so we can get the shit and fix it. Vanguard's beta came out 3 4 months ago. Let's see, August. It came out in August. If this had came out in August, all these bugs and everything, they could have had a shot to get them fixed. Um, but releasing this to content creators 10 days out, it doesn't look good. It makes I don't know what they were doing. I don't know if they were like, hey, hype this game up. I'm not a content creator that got the game. I don't know if there was an NDA. It doesn't look like it. There's people streaming career mode. There's people doing paint booth. There's people doing a lot of stuff. But this is what I don't get is why doesn't games like motorsports games, why don't they release betas? Like if we were like I know they had the Daytona thing, but that was for people who went to Daytona. Like giving your community a free car for a pre-order isn't enough anymore. Like other games are like, "Hey, you want to play the game early? Here's a beta. Play it. You get it for 2 weekends or a weekend. I know COD gives it for 2 weekends if you because they're exclusively with PlayStation. So if you have a PlayStation, you get it the first weekend. You only play with PlayStation users, and the next weekend you play with everybody. It's cross-plat, so you play with Xbox, play PC. Uh, why don't racing games do this? It would save so much time and effort and people going in and completely like shitting on a game because I didn't want to be right. I don't want to be right. I did not want to be right. I wanted this game to come out and be the best racing NASCAR racing game console wise in 10 years. I wanted this thing to blow expectations. I wanted this game to be great. But from what I was seeing of them like hiding behind the it's not the cockpit cam, it's like the close up cockpit cam and then the roof cam. It was them hiding shit so you couldn't see the bad. And then now all this is coming out, all the bad's coming out. Like it's not a good look for motorsports games and everything. And I like if you're motorsports games, I've already seen people say like cyberpunk this thing, push it back, call it NASCAR 22, release it at Daytona time. Give your guys time to fix it. Um, you can't though. You've already made a date. You can't push this joint back. Um, Especially a sports game. It's more harder for sports games because they get a every year release. Unlike Cyberpunk, which there's not going to be a Cyberpunk 2023 next year. The next whatever Cyberpunk is going to be 5-10 years down the road. So they have time to work on these games. Sports games are different. You got a year to get this thing right. Motorsports games though did have 2 years, almost three, because Heat 5 was just let's put new paint schemes on Heat 4. That was pretty much it. They didn't change a thing. Career mode was the same. Nothing was different. Like from Heat 4 to Heat 5 there was no different. No gameplay touches, nothing. It was the same game. So they almost had 3 years to work on this. And they're using the R Factor engine, and that was something they've been bragging about, and how it was going to be great. And watching some of the road course stuff, which the R Factor engine is great for road course racing. The problem everyone was freaking out about the R Factor engine was oval racing because it's not that great. It's good, but it's not great for oval physics. And even the road courses are fucked. Like, like this is bad. Like motorsports games could be in deep shit for this, man. Because you have your other partners looking at this. I know they got the 24 hours of Le Mans game that's supposed to come out. I don't know when. The IndyCar game comes out in 2023. Have they took off more than they can chew? Because their first official game does not look good, and they worked on it for 2 years. So how can you fix this game? Because this game's going to be probably the 2022. It's going to probably be about September when we get NASCAR 22, maybe October. And then your IndyCar game comes out in 2023. Do you have enough manpower in that facility? Because right now it looks like you sent this out to content creators to bug test it. So do you have your manpower in your facilities, they have more than one, to make a F1 game, or make not a F1, an IndyCar game, a NASCAR game, a 24 Hours of Le Mans game? There's other games I know they're working on too. It's not just those. They said they want to have a bunch. I think there's oh god, what is it? British touring car. They're supposed to be making a British touring car game too. Like, when your first game comes out and it doesn't look that great, like you're gonna have partners start backing out. Like NASCAR Heat Evolution had a ton of partners behind it. I'm pretty sure they had Penske and Brad and Joey, and they put millions of dollars into it, and it fell right on its face. And then they pretty much just had to use funding from us to make the next game, which NASCAR Heat 2 was a bump up from NASCAR Heat Evolution. It definitely was. It still wasn't the best, and they did fix it every year. They added something until Heat 4, because that was the last game they really worked on. And then now look at them now. I mean, Monster Games, I guess, were the developers of Heat. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm not going full into that detail. But I know they make SRX, and every game from them, Tony Stewart's All-American Racing, no, Tony Stewart's Sprint Car was the first one. Their career mode was huge. It was huge improvements over NASCAR Heat. And that was the first game after they lost the NASCAR license to Motorsports Games, was Tony Stewart's Sprint Car. And then they went on and did All-American Racing, which was another big up. It was a huge jump. And then now they did SRX. And SRX is a very fun game. And just looking at the Switch version of NASCAR Heat Ultimate Plus, like it doesn't look great, but it's on the Switch. If they were like, hey, here's 2022 cars for NASCAR Heat 5, if they were to do that for PlayStation Xbox, I'm guaranteeing you more people would play Heat 5 over 21. As of right now. As of today at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. There would be more people play Heat 5 over 21. Because you can do career mode, even though it's kind of bugged. You can do season mode. This game doesn't have a season mode. Watching David Shieldhouse's stream, he was doing career mode. The playoffs didn't even take place into the round of 12. There's no stages. There's no. The only time you really get a caution is if all the cars magically go down pit road and start wrecking on the entrance of pit road, or if you send somebody to the catch fence and everybody just keeps hitting him and he flies back into the catch fence and just destroys everything, tears the whole fucking fence down across the front stretch. That's the only time a caution comes out. We have random black flags on tracks that you shouldn't get a black flag on. Like Darlington, you go up under the apron, you get a black flag. But at tracks like Charlotte, Roval, you can just run the oval, most of the oval, and not get a black flag. And seeing people comment and be like, oh, there's going to be a day one patch. A day one patch isn't going to fix all of this. I don't know if there's a day one patch, like, it's going to fix small bugs. Day one patches aren't supposed to fix humongous bugs. Look at Cyberpunk when it dropped. It was full of bugs. And the next week, they released a 60 gigabyte update. Fallout 76, the same way. Huge fucking marketing games that had humongous bug issues that are releasing 60, 70, 80 gigabyte updates just to fix bugs is not what I want in my racing games. Especially when we're spending $100 or more on these racing games because they're only inside and is the DLC, which I don't even know if you guys know. A lot of games are done with DLC. Call of Duty, there's no more DLC anymore. They give you all the stuff for free. When you pre-order their game, what you're getting is a beta. You're getting the beta, the alpha, so you can play it early. You get a gun in the game that no one else can get unless they pre-order the next game. But that's later on in the life of the game. But like NASCAR is one of the only ones that I think of that's. We're just gonna use NASCAR because I think they're the only one that still does a DLC like format of, hey, here's paint schemes and stuff. That's why the paint booth. You can't share your paint scheme designs in the paint booth because of DLC. Hot Wheels is a game where you can actually share paint schemes. There's no text in the paint booth in NASCAR 21. And one of my friends is like, well, I know why. It's so they don't say racist or sexist things on the side of cars, or put Trump 2020 or Biden, fuck Joe Biden or whatever on cars. No, because there's not a share feature. You can't even race them online. Like, the only time you can race a created car is in single player. Like, it's that bad. And I don't know. And I know there's people that spent money on this thing that's not getting the money back. If you bought it on PlayStation Store, you can't get a refund. If you got it at GameStop, you can. But holy, you're gonna see a lot of people when this thing comes out and they finally drop the review. There's already gonna be a lot that say, "Do not buy the game. Do not pre-order another NASCAR game." I'm not gonna be that way. It's your money. You guys do what you want to do. Like for me, I've got the $100 NASCAR 21 Champions Edition. I get the Bill Elliott car and whatever the next 3 legends and probably the DLC for the year. So I will have all my stuff out. So I have all that content, I guess. But in all honesty, if I'm Motorsports Games, I'm dropping the price on this immediately. This game, when it comes out, will be $60 for a week, and then I'm guaranteed it'll have a price drop to 40 or less. Because this game is right as of now, it's pretty busted. If we're gonna get a day one patch that fixes some of the bugs, that's great. But there's so many bugs in this game, like I agree with people. It should get pushed back. That's how bad it is. Um, but I mean, you can't really push it back. It's a sports game. Sports games never get pushed back. Madden doesn't get pushed back. NBA 2K doesn't get pushed back. Like they have a certain time frame to uh, get a game out. And actually, technically, I believe this game did get a pushback. I believe it was supposed to come out in September because they said last year it was going to come out end of quarter 3, which is September. Quarter 4 is like October, November, December, January. So yeah, this game did get a pushback too, and it's not great right now. I I didn't want to be right, and that's the way I was. That's why this video is going to be titled "Is NASCAR 21 Ignition?" I did not want to be right. I didn't want to have what I said be right. I wanted this thing. I wanted all that footage to be early alpha, and when people got the game, they were like, "Wow, this is completely different than what we saw." But just the way they had some of the stuff, it just doesn't look good. It does not look good. It's not great, and I've already talked way too long, and there's more stuff I could even talk about, but I don't want to. Like I said, there's other videos out here, man, that you guys can go and check out and see all the bugs. I'm not going to show no bugs. I don't want to show any of that. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to talk to you guys and say, hey, it's your money, your decision. If you're basing it on my opinion, I'd say if you got a pre-order that you can cancel it. If you're on the PlayStation Store, man, like I am, just get the $100 out of the game that you paid for, or 60, or try to, try to have fun with it. Um, I mean, the guys that are laughing at the bugs, they look like they're having fun with the bugs, but like their thoughts are genuinely not great. They're gonna tell pretty much the same, hey, this isn't the game to get. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. Hit that sub button so you never miss a video. I'm gonna do 21 content when it comes out. If the game gets super stale and boring, I might do something else. I know COD comes out at least like 10 days after this game, and I know I'm gonna play the Vanguard campaign and probably have it up on the channel. So so that'll kind of take a little bit of the edge off of this for me because I've got the COD Vanguard stuff that I want to put on the channel. But yeah, if you're just here for NASCAR, and I feel bad for you, I legit feel bad for people that spend $100 on this game and won't be able to get a refund on the PlayStation Store because of how bad this thing is right now. Um, and like I said, the title of the video is NASCAR 21. I didn't want to be right because I'm not. I mean, I joked about it in the tweet and said like, you sometimes you have to wear the black hat, and when you're the villain, you don't want to be the villain. And me coming out and saying like, hey, this is broke, this doesn't look good, and have people coming on my channel and was like, you don't know anything about making a game, you don't know anything about this, you don't know anything about that. Like, the game, this early alpha from Talladega, it's not what the actual game's going to be, and then actually seeing the actual game, like those people right now are like, ugh, like you hate defending something that's bad. Um, but yeah, I'm done talking. It's been almost 20 minutes, guys. I really, really hope you guys enjoy the video. I think this is gonna be like a 20-minute just Hot Wheels like clip, just of me talking because I don't know what game to put over this because I don't have any footage and I don't really want to go through and dig for over 20 minutes of footage of, NASCAR 21 garbage. Uh, so yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys liked the video. Sub if you want to. With that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.